many names to remember this episode, though.
No, yeah, I mean, other than, yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Waffle Talk, the show where we talk about dice camera action. The show that's on every Tuesday on the D&D channel, and it's run by the great, the national treasure, Chris Perkins, who has written a million awesome D&D products, going all the way back to second edition. With me today is Dylan. How are you, Dylan?
I'm doing great. How are you, Sean? You doing
Yeah.
good? Yeah, all right.
And also with me today is Shauna. How are you, Shauna?
Doing pretty good. Talk about this episode.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, if you're in the chat on my channel, Power Score RPG, anything you post in the chat will appear on the screen. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and throw them in, and we'll try to address them as they pop up. And if you're on the D&D channel, hello, and thank you for watching. Can either of you recap what happened on this episode?
I can.
All right.
So in this episode, Strix is visited by the 3 applicants for the coven that were approved. We have Dirna, the Shatterkai Warlock, Critter, the Kobold Rogue, and Parlock, the Lockstone Cleric. But to finalize their introduction into her Chickenfoot Coven, they have to pass a test by Strix's 3 other friends. And they go through their tests, which aren't necessarily tests, but more like secondary therapy sessions. And no thanks to Simon, most of them get out alive. Everyone gets out alive. And Strix is visited by a 4th applicant that turns out to be a hag in disguise. So with the hag chased out and all the Chickenfoot Coven people approved and into the coven and safe and alive, and that's where we end it.
So yeah, this was the one where viewers could make characters in D&D Beyond and submit them to join Strix's Chickenfoot Coven. And so a bunch of people did. 3 people were chosen, and they appeared on the show, and they were all pretty awesome. I thought, good characters, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's fantastic.
Like the kobold who doesn't pick pockets; he puts stuff in your pockets. Oh, and then there was the elephant-headed guy. He's a Loxodon. What is it? Do you guys know what a Loxodon is from?
Yes, that's from Magic the Gathering. It's one of the things that they're going to probably put into the Ravnica book. So that's kind of exciting.
Oh, it's from Ravnica. Oh, all right. And then and there was Kika's character, the shadow guy, Dirna. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
That was awesome. So yeah, Kika. What I liked about it, Kika's on my Secrets of Castle Greyhawk show, so I was extra pumped about this because someone I know, was on the show, and it was just like, and so, thinking about it, I don't know, if you were going to be on Dice Camera Action, right? Be super nervous, probably, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you
Yeah.
might get all sweaty and not say anything.
Oh boy.
It is a thing. It is definitely a thing.
I'd be afraid I'd say too much. I'd just run my mouth off.
Oh yeah. But Kika was just like, boom, just right away. Jumped right into it. Got her stray dog pulling a sled. She was wearing white, and everybody thought she was a ghost. So there's a ghostly dog sled riding around in Waterdeep. That's how the whole show started. I thought that was really awesome. Yeah. So then they had how did it go? So first it was Deanna, right? And then it was Critter, I think. Critter the kobold.
Climbed up from the sewers.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor little guy.
I wanted to see more stuff that he what else did he put in people's pockets?
I know. We only got to see the Warrington Mutt one, right? Where he put the nail in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the other thing. is that almost in the very beginning of the show, Chris went out of his way to give us a Warrington Munt cameo. And
our court-mandated 10 minutes of Warrington.
Yep. Just maybe slightly intimidated by someone bigger than him for a change.
Yeah, he thought the Loxodon. He took a look at the. So, Warrington is a hippo-headed person, and the Loxodon is an elephant-headed person. And Warrington took one look at the elephant and went, "That's just ridiculous." He's not a fan. I kind of wonder if he thought maybe his spot was in jeopardy.
Oh yeah, just like you're replacing me with this. What gives?
The group was going to hire his replacement. Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like. Yeah.
It definitely seemed like Diath and Simon were feeling that too.
Oh yeah,
in a lot of ways.
Oh boy,
very jealous boys.
Yeah,
jealous boys.
Diath was in charge of each. So, okay. First of all, so all of this was like Strix's coven, right? She decided she was going to have a coven.
Yes.
So, but it's like, did we ever find out like why? In game?
I don't think we did.
Yeah. Was it just like a thing?
Yeah, I guess
probably.
If you're a witch, you gotta set up a coven at some point.
Like,
yeah.
What's she gonna do with this coven? Are they there really to work in the bar? Is that the deal? In the bakery?
I think maybe the bakery, if that's going to be a business, you have to have coven members / employees, maybe.
Yeah, it might be like sort of an Acquisitions Inc. type situation where they like are employees most of the time, but they also go out on adventures to do stuff. So could be something like that.
Because like so if they're working in the bakery, then that means they're going to sort of be NPCs on the show. Right? They're going to be around, sort of.
Yeah.
Because like I was kind of wondering, the coven, like what are you going to do with the coven? Like, I was thinking, are they going to be appearing now and then on the show, or is this a thing where it's like Strix is going to have some spin-off show and like do a season running the coven?
I think they were. Yeah, they did really well. So I could definitely see having like every once in a while me having them pop up again.
Yeah, I mean, if they play into like a side quest or like one of the regular players isn't available and like they're able to, I could see it happening.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. But then at the end of the show, Chris said that he kind of indicated that this was a one-time thing, and who knows, maybe they'll be back some other time. But as far as we know, that's it for now. It was kind of weird. It was like, because I was just kind of thinking, why is this happening? And I get the feeling it was just a cool idea.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of Chris's stuff. Throw a cool idea out there. It's like, all right, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a good idea. I'm glad it worked really well, considering that it kind of puts themselves out there as far as like it's contestants. It's people that won the thing, and it's not necessarily people that are tested, but everyone did so well on it. I think it was. I had never seen anything really like that for like a major show like this. Have just mostly people from the community be on there in such a prominent degree. So
yeah. Oh wait.
And it was like, when if you're choosing people just based on character sheets, you have no idea what kind of person you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's funny. I had read something a while ago, somebody said when they were talking about player behavior and how online streams is different than in real life, because there's people watching you. So people are on their best behavior. And it was like, that was like really depressing to me. That people, when they can get away with it, they'll do stuff that they know they shouldn't. Right? It made me want to barf when I read that, but I thought about it, it's probably true. I guess.
It's funny, like when we started streaming, like with your streams, like I was very nervous doing it. I know Shauna probably was too.
Yeah, still.
But like as we've done more and more, I've gotten like a lot looser, and I think I do stuff on here that I wouldn't do in person.
Really?
So, yeah. To be honest,
because it is different than just being at a table. It's like it is definitely, you are putting a performer's aspect mostly before like equal or more so than the play a lot of times, or it feels like it.
Do you mean it's more, in a way, it's less awkward?
Sometimes,
or it's just like it's a different mindset. I think as far as like,
you
can be more passive at a home game, but like you kind of feel the pressure in a stream game more so because it's like you feel like you should be doing something.
Well, I think the 2-hour time slot that you might have, that really incentivizes you to show off your character and work with other people to get things moving,
Yeah.
So I had been wondering, like, well, what was the deal with this coven? Like, why is this happening? And I don't know, it went off so well that to me it's sort of like what I would like to see as a fan is say there's a week where somebody can't make it. Grab one of the coven and have them fill in, jump in for that.
Yeah,
I just rotate them, like just grab one or maybe two. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I like about this show. How Chris runs it is that he tends everyone to do something experimental, and it ends up changing things up, like just like the pets episode, or like when they play the children and kind of kept them around.
Or the Awful Crew.
Yes.
All those, yeah.
Yeah, the Awful Crew. Yeah. Yeah, so they had tests, right?
Yes. Should go through the tests. Oh my god.
My favorite test was Evelyn's test.
Yeah.
Which was an actual multiple choice exam. And she wasn't able to get to every question. But I actually asked Kika today about the questions that were missed, and both of them just involved, it was sort of like Evelyn was asking for advice on whether or not they've done the right thing in the past. One question was about the Strahd doll. Like, what would you do if the Strahd doll was out there?
Yeah, I definitely got that tone from Evelyn's. It seemed like reflective and like kind of a third party that is required to answer you, as far as like, did I make the right choice, or what's this? Also, it's like, what is this person that we're letting into the house and letting be in Strix's life at this point?
Oh yeah.
One of the questions was about love, right?
Yeah.
If you love somebody, do you A, tell them right away? It's like B,
Yeah.
And Dearne didn't really want to answer these questions.
It's a weird question to get on, like, basically a job application. It's like, what's just like,
do I look good? Yes or no?
How is this relevant to my job?
Yeah.
Answer the questions.
It's like,
yeah, and it was like the whole test was like that, and it was sort of like, to me, I thought out of going into it, like the tests, I'm like, oh, Evelyn will probably be the easiest, and she'll just kind of accept whoever it is, as long as they're not like maniacs. So her test was more like, I guess it was just advice, and then I guess just a way to feel out the person.
Also, a really intense healing check. Like, surprise.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I was like, when even then, like, oh wow, that's an interesting way to test someone's like abilities to heal.
And Dearna got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Evelyn got a wound like right away. And that was, and she rolled a natural 20, and it was just like, there's a couple fateful rolls on this that all worked out in the Coven's favor, where there's 2 natural 20s and both of them came at like the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like, a Shatterkai who looks like a ghost, that Evelyn was going to have a problem with this character.
Yeah.
Especially because I think their only other interaction with the Shatterkai was the people who peel your face off and keep them in a box, from the Shadowfell. But Evelyn was very, she's very friendly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn doesn't judge you based on your.
Except if you're Rakshasha.
Really?
Rest in peace, Vincent Trench.
or a fiend in general, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting because, Strix is tiefling, which is fiendish.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many tieflings. So
and I mean, they met Asmodeus, and she didn't attack him, so.
I mean, limits.
Yeah, oh, that's true. I guess he could have, annihilated her if she tried, but,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I was thinking, maybe Evelyn would, I don't know, but Evelyn in general gives anybody the benefit of the doubt, I think.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to hear, her brother, Brighton, right? Brick?
Oh, yes.
I'm wondering if he's the same way or if he is different.
Just from what we've heard,
I think when we get to meet him, I think he's gonna be the only one really that gets kind of under her skin, that kind of gets a you'll see her probably maybe get angry at them.
I was thinking about Brick, right? So let's say the group goes to meet him. I would think his reaction to the crew would be, well, first of all, I mean, as far as we know, both of their parents are dead, right? So it's just Evelyn and Brick. So, I mean, Brick is probably, and I think Evelyn feels like it's her fault that her mom died, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Brick would probably, be like, you picked these people over me. Right? And he would look at them and he would see a tiefling, like a fiend.
Yeah.
Be like, who's, dirty. And then Diath. And then Paulton, the raging alcoholic, who she obviously is very fond of. And I would imagine that he would be like, what are you doing? He'd probably, but I would think he might actually like Diath.
Maybe
because Diath's just a good guy, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
He's got an evil sword.
It depends on how elitist Brick is, I guess. As a member of the nobility,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although technically Diath is a rogue, but he doesn't. He's not a bank robber.
Yeah.
He's just a Tomb Raider type, which might actually work out. Oh, hey Ravenna, how you doing? Paulton is a raging alcoholic who may or may not do something edgy in front of him.
Yeah, because I think especially if Brick starts to upset Evelyn, we know how Paulton reacts with that sort of thing, and it's not going to be particularly diplomatic.
Something tells me if we get a meeting with Brick, that it's probably going to play into the other Evelyn storylines that we have going on. So the weird Monitor schism thing, and maybe her dad and the vampires and Undermountain and the Shar stuff, maybe. But yeah, it's going to be bad on a personal level and probably a physical body level from being murdered.
Yeah.
You missed a little bit, Ravenna, but not too much. Yeah, so Deanna did really well with the tests, right?
Yes.
No problem, right?
No.
Got extra credit.
Yeah. Kika got a really good, almost stealth joke in there that I really liked. The Kai School.
Oh my god.
Line was really good.
I didn't think anyone was gonna notice it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh. Nice.
She mentioned Kai School. And there was this ripple through the chat that reverberated back into the show. And
they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm glad they caught it.
Then everything stopped for a minute as people. Kai school. Shatter Kai got to go somewhere, I guess, right?
I mean, yeah. Shadowfell has to have some good education, you know.
Yeah.
I think there's only one clique at Kai school though, and it's just all.
They're all goth.
Yeah, they're all goth. Like
Yeah.
100% goth.
Kind of have to be.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're probably kicked out of Kai school. You know.
It's true.
I suppose it would be more like the cliques would be divided by like death metal
Types of goth.
Yeah.
Yeah, emo, all that stuff. 80s.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I guess you could. Yeah. You know. I don't think you can be too cool for Kai school though, right? I mean, it's just 9 Inch Nails. Are they Shatter Kai type? Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So then, one thing I wanted to talk about was Critter's test.
I knew it.
Right?
I thought about you when Critter's test with Simon. I will give you that one.
Yikes.
I will give you that one. That was unwarranted from our
pretty bad.
Boy. Right.
I do wonder how much of it was like stuff Nate, because I mean Chris said that Nate like sent him test idea. Like I wonder how much of it was like Paulton told Simon, hey, go do this because it'll be funny or whatever, you know? And how much of it was Simon being a sadistic little puppet man?
That wasn't like an interview as much as like it was a hazing / attempted murder.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Paulton wasn't there. Simon got some stilts, took Critter out to these mud flats.
A drunk Critter.
Yeah, no, Critter drank his body weight in whatever liquor that they.
What a setup that was.
Yeah.
The champion drinker. Critter.
That was pretty messed up. He made you drink the whole bottle, and then you got to walk on stilts in mud.
Yeah. Yeah, I initially thought, like, go to the rocks. I'm like, is Simon stranding Critter out if Critter gets to the rocks? Like, is the tide going to come up and, like, Critter can't get back home?
Hey, Scotty.
Ended up being worse. Like,
oh, Lord.
Yeah, so Simon makes this frickin' kobold walk on stilts out in the mud flats. And basically, it was just like a death trap where poor Critter gets.
The six strength almost got him.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because it was just like, escape this mud. It's like.
He had a 6 strength?
He had a 6 strength. I mean, it's a kobold, so I mean, like, I would do the same thing. The kobolds, you know, you already have like a negative. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, make athletic checks like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
This isn't what I signed up for.
That's bad.
Simon, why are you being like this? You're being such a good boy.
So he sunk into the mud. He couldn't get out, and he had to grovel. And the thing that got me about the groveling was Chris described Simon's reaction. Simon's reaction wasn't pity or remorse. It was disgust.
Yeah.
He was disgusted that the kobold groveled.
I mean,
it's fair.
Why did he try to kill him?
I don't know.
See, I think it might be like, because when Diath took Perlock down into the basement to do his test, like Strix was like, "Oh God, he's gonna go kill him." I think it was like a more extreme version of like Diath's jealousy at these people being brought in, because like Simon has been with Strix for 50 years in Barovia, and as Strix said, is like the first member of the Chicken Foot Coven besides herself. So
Waffles.
Like, yeah, Waffles, that's true.
But yeah, he's number one. He's number one. He's been.
Yeah. So I could see him being like, you little, think you come in here and replace me?
So he saw a little short sidekick, and he was afraid that this sidekick was going to replace him.
I mean, there's been so many like little short sidekicks coming, going. Like,
it's true.
That's not good, man. I mean, like in like one sense, as just, you know, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like as a viewer, like that they have a psycho, just a murderer, just a death dart shooting construct running rampant, and nobody seems to notice too much or care too much.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you kind of put yourself in the game mentally, I mean, it's bad. It's murder. You're in a city. You're in Waterdeep. There's a whole page in the Dragon Heist book about the laws.
How many times can you? How many times can you bail out Simon from attempted kidnapping and murder?
That's true.
Yeah. And how can they keep making excuses for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. In a weird way, it's like Simon is going to force the group to decide who they are and what they stand for.
Oh yeah.
Because this is a tough thing. You have this boy or confused entity that's doing very evil things. And it reflects badly on them, but also deserves punishment, possibly, right?
Yeah, Critter did nothing. Poor Critter.
Yeah, Critter didn't do anything. Strix basically invited him to get killed.
He was so eager, and he just got hazed and almost killed.
Yeah, just some fun little kobold comes over to hang out, and he tries to. It's not like you just killed him like I put a pillow over your face and smother you to death. This is like I got you drunk. I took you out to the. I was gonna bury you in mud.
You alive.
There's no one here except for us. Now walk across this mud. Wasn't
there some old movie? I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but where a guy gets buried up to his head in the sand at a beach.
Oh.
And when the tide comes in, he's gonna drown.
It's Freak Show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna happen.
This was like a little bit of a freak show kind of a thing. Like this guy, he's not, this is full blown, just evil,
Yeah, I'm also wondering does Waterdeep's Law cover kobolds?
Remember Chris said that they consider kobolds kind of like dogs.
Oh no,
that was a weird thing.
So rude.
Crimes against citizens. Assaulting a citizen, imprisonment up to a 10-day, and damages up to 1,000 gold. The group is kind of poor always, aren't they? They never have much money, it seems like, right?
It has these gems, though. It seems like it's
true.
A little bit of money, but yeah, they're in debt technically.
Okay, here it is. Murdering a citizen without justification. The punishment is death or hard labor up to 10 years, and damages up to 1,000 gold paid to the victim's kin.
Man, that if you're an elf, that's nothing.
It's true.
That's that seems
right.
That seems like it's oh cool. Off my enemy. Only 10 years.
That's a really cool idea for a character.
Oh no.
Right? An elf.
Oh no.
Who will, you can just blame them for the crime, and they'll spend 10 years, and you pay them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, that's
it's like, do you want me to kill you?
They can just trance. They'll be fine. Okay.
It's true.
It's a cool idea. Yeah, they should. I guess in a world where people have different range of age, maybe the punishment should be a % of your lifespan.
Because there's what was it in the spell chart for sorcerer, it's like it has that age increase or decrease. It's like that's a lot more intense for a human being than it is for an elf. So it's just like
or
20 years. It's like oops. Or was it banshees? Or not banshees? A ghoul? What was it?
Right.
Ghosts, yeah.
The age thing, yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scotty says there was one point where Chris said Simon's mouth was wide open, and I did too, and I thought he was gonna fire a dart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's still got 2 types of darts, right? He's got sleep darts. He's got just poison death darts. I guess where you just take a bunch of poison damage and you probably die.
Yeah.
How does he refill that? Is it magic? Does he have a finite amount of darts?
I don't know.
He maybe crafts his own darts
Possible.
secretly. No one watches.
Where does he get the poison though?
I don't know.
Unless he just kind of can make it, like seep it or whatever.
Maybe.
Ugh,
I don't know how the puppet works.
I don't know.
Maybe he can just spit poison once in a while if he wanted to.
Ugh.
Ew.
That would be weird. Or maybe it's he's a magic construct, so maybe whoever
Yeah.
made him has those darts like reappear after a long rest or something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think the group would willingly reload him with
Resupply.
these darts. Yeah, it's like, here, these are the lethal ones. Please don't use these. I know.
We're trusting you with them.
We're trusting you with these murder darts, just only our enemies.
I thought I've talked about reforming Simon before. They can just fill those darts with like healing potions or whatever,
Oh, can tier 2 medic these things.
Try to turn him around,
Yeah, healing darts of stickiness.
Is there a ritual? Is there a ritual that can turn someone? No, there isn't, is there? Where you can turn someone from evil to good?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
In older editions, there's a helm of opposite alignment, I think.
I guess outside of an item or like something you find in a dungeon, I don't know.
I mean, back in the original Greyhawk campaign, like Mordenkainen's apprentice Bigby started out as like an enemy wizard who he like charmed and reformed through role playing. So
yeah,
it's one of those things.
Yeah, I guess also like was it the one to think of is like Decimate things, or is that, I forget which card it is. That's like it's just like cool.
Decimate things.
Yeah,
that would work. That would be cool.
Some random charts and stuff.
Yeah, Ravenna. Evelyn gives Simon a Lathander intervention. Yeah.
Yes.
Like a class on how to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, Simon was just was made by evil people for an evil purpose.
Yeah.
So that's all Simon knows, right? Simon's moral compass is upside down to a degree.
I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they could ship him off to like the school.
Yeah.
The paladin school that Evelyn went to. She drew horses all the time.
Oh, he's gonna shoot those horses.
Maybe Simon could go there. But if they brought Simon to the paladin horse school, they'd probably have to do like a Hannibal Lecter thing where they strap him to like a wheel thing. Yeah, and have like a face mask with a cage.
Yeah,
so
I mean those aren't regular horses. Those are like horses with papers. Those are legit like valuable horses. You don't dart those horses.
He's sort of like a weapon of mass destruction, or like your own little assassin.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean that's what he was made for.
Yeah. He was made to kill. What was it? Was it Sergei or was it Sergei's bride, Irina or Tatiana?
It was one of them. Yeah, it was one of them. He was
one of them.
Kill. Yeah.
He just darted her, just random, just dart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
Fun times with Simon.
I mean, this is horrible. They could sew his mouth shut, and that would stop the darting.
I guess it's
true.
But he could just get a.
That seems cruel.
Yes, very cruel. Yeah. But I mean, okay, so he's, hey, we're going to have some new friends over, He takes one out to a mud flat and freaking tries to bury him. And it's like, what do you do with this guy,
Yeah.
But they don't do anything with him. That's the point. And it's like, yeah.
Maybe Simon needs Dr. Leximov too. Maybe he needs therapy also.
I guess the question is, this group, are they the kind of group that they're wacky and people die?
Yeah.
It's just like hijinks. It's just part of their hijinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is this a band of heroes who are goofy, but at the end of the day, they really do care and they want to do the right thing.
I mean, they try to save. It's just it's bad luck.
And like, ever since I got to Waterdeep, like all this stuff's come out with like the Ring of Winter's out there, and the Elves won it, and the Zhentarim won it, and Megara's rampaging through the north, and the dwarves want this dragon gold or whatever to pay off all the damages and stuff.
Yeah.
And like just all this crazy stuff that's going on that requires the party's attention. Like they haven't done anything about it.
No.
And like it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me.
Do you think they're gonna get chased out of the neighborhood at some point?
They might.
Because I mean,
they've caused a lot of problems.
There was the hag thing, loud noises, just rampant, like this stuff happening. It's just this house is practically new because it's exploded so many times.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you don't want to live near to the next to that house. Much as I love them, you don't want to live near that house. Also, there's an owl bear that lives upstairs. Apparently, you know.
Yeah, they've got and it's just running around in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you don't have papers for that.
No, they don't. Yeah, that's. You know what? Where does the owl bear go to the bathroom? That's my question. Because if they're walking it and taking it outside,
I don't think Strix potty trained, out the house trained Waffles. I don't think so.
I just pictured Waffles like sitting on the toilet in the private bathroom with like a newspaper.
Yeah. Waffles just taught herself.
Because I mean, if they're taking it out for a walk, like in the streets, they better be picking that stuff up because that's right.
I mean, Waffles is huge.
Yeah,
I mean, Waffles is large, but she's a big owl bear.
And I mean, you know,
they can use Jarlaxle's bag of holding that they got from.
Oh please! Oh no! Oh, that's just.
Bag of holding. That's a good idea.
I mean, you gotta. Oh, that's.
But you gotta train the owl bear for it.
The smell from that thing is just like.
Oh, don't open it.
They're gonna
have to in order to put more owl bear poop in it.
They're gonna need like a litter box, like a gigantic litter box.
That's just you just go to the. I mean, at that point, that's just the coast. At that point, that owl bear's so big.
Sure.
Rivina says that you think 3/4 of the group want to do the right thing. So what are you saying? Paulton's the one who doesn't want to do the right thing? Is that
Paulton
the deal?
Does whatever Paulton kind of.
That's fair.
Paulton, or safe in the least effort.
Well, if Paulton's Deadpool, then yeah, he's just a kind of an agent of chaos.
Yes.
To a degree. Owlbear Dung is probably one of the material components for Strix's fireballs.
Probably.
Maybe you could do something with the gunpowder. Maybe that's Warrington Munt's job, is to clean up after the owlbear.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know if he would. I mean, mercenary, but that seems.
All right, I'll do it.
Right?
I suppose.
The poop deck, you know?
Yes.
He's used to it, probably.
Just like I'm on the Spelljammers again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, I could talk endlessly about Simon because it's like this thing that really sticks out to me with this group, where it's like, what are we doing here with this? I mean, like, you don't have to worry about. All right, if you're one of those players, you never want to get into this, but if you're one of those players who's like, I don't want the DM to use this to screw me, right? And I don't, Chris, it's Chris Perkins. You don't have to, but I mean, he can use it to screw you. You know what I mean? And you have this golem, and at any point, you could just, it could just do something, and you're in trouble because that's their thing. That's their item. It's weird. It's like Simon is not even he's a construct, not a person. So it's almost like your thing did this, and
that was the whole
are
thing
responsible.
That was the whole thing with Martin when he got kidnapped. Like, oh, we're gonna charge your son. Oh no, he's a little robot boy. Oh, okay, we'll destroy him and we'll charge you. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you gotta take care of that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's right for Simon? What's the right thing? What is best? Okay, you know what? I think that's the thing. Nobody has taken into consideration what is best for Simon. Right? What is best for this creature? Like, what do you do with it? Because letting Simon run around and he's causing misery, out there in the world, and you don't. that's not best for Simon because at the very least, the repercussions are going to come back to hit Simon. And if Simon ever does develop empathy, then Simon is going to be like a tortured
maybe
soul.
the city isn't the best place for Simon. Simon's better off like being with them, like not in the city.
Often the jungles or in an enemy stronghold.
Something doesn't have intense laws as Waterdeep.
Like, where does Simon belong?
Barovia.
That's kind of the depressing question. It's like nowhere, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
where does Simon belong? Nowhere.
It's so nice.
Probably with Strahd. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
I mean, unfortunately,
there could come a point where they run into Strahd again, and Simon jumps to Strahd's side. Right?
Maybe.
Simon's home was supposed to be Castle Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really weird thing. But like, how could you fix Simon? I don't know. But I'm sure they found rituals that do different things.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
it's hard now because Simon has a soul now.
Mm.
Like you kind of have to like treat him like a person at this point.
Ravenna says Paulton did say something revealing several months ago about Simon. He's kind of Paulton's only chance at being a father, as Paulton's swimmers are basically dead from alcohol poisoning. Really?
I mean,
really?
Oh boy.
Really? Wow. Oh, hey, Kika. Kika says your hat is awesome.
Aw, thanks.
It is.
Awesome. Yeah, Kika, we were talking about how your character was freaking awesome on the show. And you know what? Look, I'm not trying to, because I know Kika. Kika really was one of the best guests, I think, on the whole show.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, very funny and fun and right there. You know what I mean? The best ones, in my opinion, besides Kika there was D, who, and Mordenkainen, Murdy Curdy.
Jeez.
I think those were
the chickens.
The two
best. You put the fear. Kika put the fear of death into the chicken for the first time in their lives. Those chickens thought they had a good. And I was like, Strix might kill you and eat you now.
Yeah. Was buy Simon new clothes. A change may help. You know what though, Prixel? That's a start. You're right. That is a start. Buy Simon new clothes.
Out of the creepy jester outfit.
Make Simon a new body, maybe, or revamp the body to be more. Actually, that's kind of demented. To try to force. This is actually, they shouldn't do this. Forcibly change Simon's body to look like a happy boy.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, that might be creepier.
That's horrible.
That might be creepier.
They should not. They should not do that. That would be freaking horrible.
No.
But it's yeah. If I ever guessed again, Deanna will probably use Awakened Mind to talk with Simon. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could learn stuff. Like we were just talking about how why Simon tried to kill Critter. We don't know, right? Except unless it's just like another short person taking my spot. Simon feels threatened maybe by these people, especially the one that's Simon's size.
There's a lot of position being threatened or feeling like they're being threatened in this episode.
The group is gathering a huge posse at this point.
Yeah.
The three kids.
Yeah.
I mean, the three kids have kind of been moved out of the house at this point. True. They visit, but they're not like living there anymore.
I mean, they don't have to worry about the Xanathar coming in.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's not a deal anymore. It's not a deal.
And there's the owlbear.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Simon. And then there's the coven. Hey, Kiki, do you know, like, is your coven gonna work there now?
That is a good question. Yeah.
Good question.
Do you know if they were gonna work in the bakery, or if they're off doing other stuff? Yeah, the GIF. Yeah. Yeah, and then Warrington Munt. Oh, you don't know.
So figure that out in the future.
All right.
Oh, you think so? Okay. Yeah. So, they're there in the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what that would be horrible if the place blew up again and the coven just died like off screen.
No.
Not cool. Not cool.
It would be like Omen's henchman dying versus Klauth off screen acting.
Kika says if Deanna works there, then pizza is on the menu now because Chris Perkins made Shatterkai Italian.
That's all right.
Nice.
I guess that's canon.
Okay. Yep.
I love the Raven Queen.
I would imagine a Shatterkai pizza is going to have the weirdest toppings, though. It's gonna be...
What was that thing?
Yeah.
What was that anti-spice that was in the Shadowfell?
Shadow spice.
Spice.
Really?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
bring up the spice.
No, I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
Wow. I don't know anything about spice.
Right.
Also, we should bring up the fourth member of the coven who showed up as well.
We should talk about also
the weird hag
DS test.
And yeah, that's right.
Oh no, Kika knows about Shadow Spice.
I'm so sorry.
That's way too much flavor. That's true though. In the Shadowfell, right? Isn't it like your senses are dulled, so things don't have much flavor?
Oh yeah,
that right?
That's why the Shatterkai like get piercings and like stuff,
Oh right.
Yeah.
So I would imagine Shatterkai pizza is like, very bland. Very bland.
Or like super spicy.
Or super spicy, like piercings on the pizza or whatever.
Like caltrops.
Caltrops. Extra caltrops, please. Yeah, you're talking about the hag, Mandragora, right?
Mm-hmm.
So an NPC shows up and just kind of horns in on the whole thing and makes it like she's also got the job, and it's sort of revealed that it's a hag, right?
Oh yeah.
Mandragora. From the sounds of it, probably an Annis hag, the big like burly ones.
Yeah, and she's got a big top hat. And
and a bison skull, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the heck?
So what do you guys think brought the hag? Do you think like just having like maybe making a coven like attracts the attention of hags?
That's what I thought watching it. Yeah, that it was just like, oh, it's a coven. Oh, well, I'm a hag. I should find a coven. But I looked in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Olcoria Stone Marrow's like little write-up. It says something that I think is very interesting. A little known fact is that Olcoria once owned the tavern in Trollskull Alley. She sold it to a family of shield dwarves who fell on hard times and sold it to a woman who made it into an orphanage. Turned out to be a hag who was cooking and eating the children, Olcoria recalls.
Oh no, mate. Oh no. Whoops.
So now if you remember on this show, the hag shows up, right? And she immediately senses that there's something in the chimney. Remember? And she tries to reach up, but she doesn't actually get it. And it's like, okay, is this something that she stuck in there way back when? She's trying to get it? Or or the other thing I was thinking was, did Simon kill someone and stuff the body in the chimney?
God.
Oh no. Either that or maybe she put something up there. Maybe.
You're right. Maybe she put something up there. That's probably. You're right. It was a ruse. She stuck her hand in there and put something in there.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read that earlier today, and I was like, excuse me?
Yeah. Speaking of stuff, we're getting slightly closer. We're like going at a snail's pace of Dia telling Strix how he feels.
Oh my God.
Ever so slowly.
Yeah, right?
Ever so slowly. At least it's a hug now.
Well, they're like
we're getting there.
I think I mentioned last week that they're kind of in this. They went from I like you and I like you to like 80-year-old married couple.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel where they're at. They kind of jumped over everything in between.
Although that's a really weird test to give someone is like, I like your boss. Help me fix something out for her. Being hired, it depends on it. Now help me.
It's
so, yeah, that is
such an odd. It's such a like. But so like I imagine like all these like coven members are just like, what'd you do? It's like, I think these people all like each other. I don't know.
They're too stupid to actually admit it to each other.
It's like,
when are they gonna? How's that ever gonna happen?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean,
I do wonder when Diath will give that like feather he got to Strix.
Yeah,
because maybe that will. Maybe I don't know.
I wonder if it's gonna be Strix that tells him first.
Seems like
he's like starting to like.
I've been thinking that
is acting different, especially with the Covenant's boost that having the Covenant. It's like she got dressed up actually for the first time.
Yeah,
on her own without being like prodded.
You know, just it's funny on there's a show I'm on, Mordenkind's Path of the Plains. My character is in love with another character, and I was thinking like, how is this gonna happen? And so when we played last time, we took a long rest, and you just ended up in this weird scene where it's cold out and there's a fireplace, and so I was playing it real awkward, and I'm like, this fire sure is hot, isn't it? And then she went into this big thing, and then she's like, oh, I love you. And it was like, it totally took me by surprise. And like, so it's like, okay, it could happen at any time. That's kind of what I got out of it. It's almost like it's just a spot is going to open up. They're going to be doing something. They're going to be alone. And it's just going to.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Just also, like real life. It's a weird, you can't really gauge when it's going to happen until it happens. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think like unlike a TV show where it's like the will you, won't they, when they finally do, it kind of ends up being boring. It just makes it more tense.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
In a D&D game, because it's like,
yeah,
it's
that's true.
You've elevated stakes higher than if they were separate. Like, so that tension is still there, but it's different now.
Yeah, once they get together, it's kind of goes flat and weird. But I would love to actually see somebody play a married couple, a happily married couple, to start and just run it all the way through like that. I would mean,
it worked for the most part. I think in like Critical Role they did that. Like characters ended up like pairing off, and that didn't make it lesser having them paired off.
It actually worked pretty well from what I've seen of it.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of challenging as a DM. Like, I guess if you're thinking of it, like if you're writing a story, it's a big challenge. But I think maybe in D&D, it's not, because the players are doing the whole thing and things are still happening.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to get into this like kind of rough. I don't want a rough patch. I just don't.
Oh yeah.
I think the rough patch would happen if they don't, like, if they continue on like the way they're going, because it's like making Diath like kind of like super wound up.
Hey, Strix has been going on, and she's been talking a lot about how do I make Diath happy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There were several people.
It might be sooner than we think.
There was like a couple people in chat, I remember, for the episode where like Diath like, I should get something that makes her happy, and they should just throw Diath at her, like just make her happy. Just like, this will make you happy.
Maybe the next time that Diath is down in the dumps, maybe Strix will.
Maybe
that's, you know what I mean? They'll have a tender moment. Kiki said, what if that hag got Strix's coven thing confused with that other coven that Strix and co encountered by the Feywild? Oh, the Sown sisters.
Sown sisters, yeah.
She could be linked to the Sown sisters. She could know about Baba Yaga.
Strix is linked with a bunch of hags at this point.
Yeah. The Baba Yaga thing. I'm still like wondering like when that's gonna drop.
Because like it's dangerous of Strix to like call her coven that, actually. Like to like kind of make that relationship more public,
Yeah.
Chicken Foot Coven.
One more thing. We're almost out of time, but there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. They announced that TwitchCon, which you guys said was in a few weeks. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep, in the month.
They're going to be doing a live show there, and there's 4 guests. 4 guests.
Yeah.
Question mark. Why would there be 4 guests? That's a lot. I don't understand. But let me say who the people are, and then we can see if we can figure this out. So there's Xavier Woods. He's a WWE wrestler, right?
Yep.
Felicia Day, who's
Who's Felicia Day?
Felicia Day. Malik Forte, who's an esports guy. I don't. He's into Overwatch, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And Vivid Vivka, who you might know from the Stream of Many Eyes, was on one of the Sirens of the Realms.
Sirens of the Realms.
She was on.
Yep, Sirens of the Realms.
Freaking awesome. So okay, you're gonna have 4 guests. Like, how is that gonna work? Like, what is that?
I mean, they could be a group of maybe one of the other factions, maybe like a separate Force Grey thing, or maybe with the Lord's Alliance or something. One of those many, like, because I know there's a bunch I haven't read, but there's like a bunch of sub factions in the in thing. So maybe one of those.
Oh yeah. Anna mentioned when she mentioned Viv. Oh crap! I can't say names. Her, yes. That she had been like officially recognized from cosplaying the Black Viper, who is in Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and there's some spoilery stuff, but it's something that Chris has mentioned in DCA before about someone in there. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Maybe
isn't there a there is
there's a character that's an NPC in the book, right? Yes. I remember seeing the art. But yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know. Have we? I don't know if I should say. Is this a spoiler? If I talk.
I don't know.
We're in a weird spot now.
We're back in spoiler sign.
Can I say that there's adventurer NPCs in the book?
Oh, I mean.
Really? All right.
Much?
I mean, that's probably like a given. Yeah, I guess maybe it's a given.
That's fair.
There's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 of them though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I mean, it's Waterdeep, so I would imagine. Yeah, there are probably tons of them.
They could go to like a party or something. Maybe that's why there's so many people.
The ball episode.
That the long-awaited.
Yes. Ooh.
Matt Mercer's in the book. Maybe one of them will be playing him. That would be
epic. That would be a meta thing.
But who could do the voice?
Right? Would it be Chris pretending to be?
That would be awesome. Yes, he should do that. He should dress like him and everything. Kika can do the Matt Mercer voice. That's
now, which of Matt Mercer's voices? Just like his regular speaking voice?
I don't know, but I remember watching Force Grey, and he did this giant voice. It was like,
oh man,
is amazing.
He's amazing. So I learned about Matt Mercer from him doing voices in World of Warcraft, and like his range is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like amazing.
Just hearing him talk, you don't expect that he can do like, really deep. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, all right. As far as I know, Trapped in the Birdcage is starting in like 1 minute, so we better wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. I greatly appreciate Kika. Thank you so much for popping in. You were awesome. Congratulations on the show, and I really hope that we get to see you on Dice Camera Action again, because it was tremendous. Shauna, do you have any plugs?
Just on Power Square RPG, Hell's Rebels Rebellion in a Infernal City, Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Dylan, do you have any plugs?
I do. Also on Saturday on Sean's channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where we just got Troll Skull Manor and are opening up the Noodle Troll and joining factions and stuff. And yeah, should be fun.
There's one other thing. The Broma says Chris keeps threatening to bring up an old flame of DS. What if the Black Viper is the old flame?
Oh my god! Oh, that's so good. I love it so much.
That would be gnarly. I like that
This
idea.
is such a better rogue.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the Boy Cage. Thanks. We'll see you next week here Thursdays. This is the time now from now on. Not on Tuesdays. Although I'll be on my channel on Tuesdays after Dice Camera Action, just in case you want to talk or say hi or whatever, okay? But from now on, Thursdays is the time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Sort of hit the button, but I might not have hit the button.
Sort of.
Sort of. We will switch at some point.